I have a whole house fan with an old GE oil lubed/cooled electric motor. My questions: what type of oil and where does it go in? The motor works, but will quickly slow to almost nil. I was going to remove and replace the motor and just now realized it needed oiled. Thought I will try that first before replacing.
Hi, I'm Douglas and I am here to help you resolve problems with your heating and cooling equipment. Not all motors have lubrication ports. Some have sealed bearings that cannot be lubricated. If it has oil ports, there will be a small hole on each end of the motor. I will show a picture below as an example. The oil used is usually defined as an all-purpose, turbine-grade lubricating oil. Most technicians use a product called a zoom spout oiler, also pictured. This oil has a telescoping hose that helps get into the motor cups. Only a couple drops is needed. Any more and it will be over-lubricated. These are available at about any supply house, or you can Google zoom spout oiler and see a ton of online suppliers. It's classified as a petroleum-based lightweight lubricant. The image below shows the oil cups with yellow plastic caps. These caps aren't always present, but there would be a hole in this area at both ends of the motor. If there is no oil hole, don't add oil. I realize this is not your motor, or even a GE, but the oil cups are very similar. Some motors have metal flappers, but usually only on motors that are used in pumps. If your motor is slowing down, does it have a capacitor? Either mounted on the motor, similar to the pump above, or mounted externally? If it has a capacitor, you could determine the value of the run capacitor and try replacing that unless you know the bearings are getting hot. Some resilient mount motors, such as the one below, the oil cup is slightly below the edge of the motor.
I forgot to mention, there are instructions on the plate on the motor regarding oiling and the frequency. Heavy use every year, medium use 3 to 5 years, light use may need no oiling at all. According to the plate, there is a small opening in a very similar spot to the final motor you posted, just seems it may be missing the plug or cap that goes in it.
Older motors may not have had the caps, but if there is a hole, that's where it goes. I am trying to think what you could use as a cap, although it shouldn't be needed. The bearings themselves wick oil, so a little dirt won't block oil from getting through. I suppose you could take a Q-tip and cut it off about ½ an inch long and insert it in the oil hole as a cap. So it does sound as though yours has the oil ports. As I said, lightweight, petroleum-based lubricating oil will be fine. If you have a supply house nearby, get a zoom spout and it will last 30 years for all you will need. I have 2 or 3 laying around here and none of my motors have oil cups anymore. Most new motors have sealed bearings.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert now, visit JustAnswer.com/YTHI.